Hello, can you hear
Hello.
me?
Hello. Yeah,
Yeah, how are you? How are you feeling?
not great.
Yeah, it's understandable. You guys, I'm so sorry for the loss. Seems like you were in the game and then you just couldn't close it. One thing has been going wrong, not just today, but since the last time and this game. What do you think has the problem been?
Um, Not really sure what the problem is right now. I think, I mean, for this series in particular, I think I just played really poorly. I
Yeah,
think Loud had really good ante
yeah,
um, on us, especially me. Like individually, I felt like they really abused me.
yeah,
Um, I think in our past matches, though, I think we just didn't have a lot of time after Madrid as a team.
yeah,
I mean, we had visa issues with John QT, and
yeah,
then they came back and we instantly went into matches. So not a lot of time to change things, not a lot of time to practice as well as a
yeah,
team. But we've been doing everything in our power to keep grinding, counter burnout. I mean, it sucks to like say the things like that because it just sounds like excuses.
yeah,
So, I mean, we're definitely trying to do everything in our power to win, I guess.
yeah. It's still not that you would. You still have another chance. That is your match against Furia, and obviously other things have to fall into place, but we'll just hope for the best and play the best game. You have to play the best game and try to win. uh, today's game, seems like Loud had a surprise composition for you with the Deadlock pick. Did that surprise you at all? Did you think that also was a problem somewhere?
No, we expected them to play the deadlock pick because they played it before.
Yeah,
So we knew going into that they were gonna have a. We knew going into that what their comp was gonna be basically, unless
yeah,
they were hiding something, which
yeah,
obviously they weren't. They played the deadlock comp.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, we weren't caught off guard by any means. I think we're having like really slow starts right now.
yeah,
On our defenses specifically,
yeah,
so it's really tough. But no, I think Lotus just came down to us doing like minimal mistakes and then also them just playing really well.
yeah. How you guys did pick Lotus, and you have been struggling on Lotus in the last two series against Leviathan. You were struggling. Obviously you pick up later, but it's still a struggle. Do you think was there any conversations about switching the map up? Maybe even maybe it's not you guys, it's just a map that's the problem. Something like that.
Um, no, I think we have like a team talk every
Yeah,
night before game day on like what our maps we like, what
yeah,
maps the other team likes, how the veto is gonna go. We play out the
yeah,
scenario, all that stuff. So obviously there could always be talks to change maps or do
yeah,
certain things differently, but at the end of the day, like that's what we do is what we come together as a team. It's what we
yeah,
decide, and then that's what we go with. So there's no there's no hindsightness over here that I'm going to be like, oh, we should have played a different map or we should have done something else differently. Like we went in with the game plan we had and it just
yeah,
didn't work out for us.
yeah. What to go? You said that you have team talks even after games every day almost. What you guys would talk about after today?
I'm not really sure what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll even have a team talk. We just
yeah,
kind of need to focus on winning the game against. I think our last game's against Furia.
yeah,
Um, so I think we're just gonna like focus on that. Maybe take tomorrow off. I'm not really sure when the next game is. Maybe a couple days.
yeah,
We'll see. I'm sure we'll VOD review this and go over everything and talk about things, stuff like that. But I think right now everyone's just pretty sad.
yeah.
So yeah.
Given this is a question I asked you last time when you were on Cloud 9. I'm going to ask you a similar question because it's what you makes you is being the vibe merchant, being the person who has to lift the spirits up. The loss today, lost like this and against EG when you came back from a deficit and to it's just to lose to just today it seemed like Loud did play better. They had a read on you, but the EG game just seemed like it was just unlucky almost, as if things were just not clicking for you. It was more about you, not more about you, as in more about Sentinels just not looking. Sentinels tried looking their best. Is just all the 50-50s went their way, which is not the case most of times. They are 50-50s for a reason. and in such rounds do impact a player. Like whatever, I know you have a pretty positive mental attitude, and players have like, I have heard Emi talk a lot about how you're the best player he has worked with. And but now when you are supposed, like, when there are times when you need someone to talk you up, hype you up, how, like, what do you do, like, how do you manage those lows in the game so that you can be the person that your team relies on?
Today I did a pretty poor job of being the vibe merchant. Like I was definitely trying to stay in the game.
Yeah,
But obviously I was playing very poorly and I was
yeah,
trying really hard to not play poorly. And I think it
yeah,
just made me play even worse,
yeah,
which is, my fault, obviously. But yeah, obviously it's my job. It's a very important job to keep my team level
yeah,
headed, keep everyone, vibes up, everything like that. I think like I said, I did a pretty poor job today. But I think on this team specifically, when usually I'm having a bad. It's a very rare case for me to not be
yeah,
the vibe merchant, I guess, for us.
yeah,
But today it was definitely one of those cases. Just nothing was going right for me. I felt like I was just throwing away rounds, throwing away deaths, throwing away advantages, not really helping in any way, case or form. But Zekin was there for me. On later in the series, Zekin was there for me. Telling me it's all right when I would die or something like that, or something would happen to me, and I just
yeah,
wasn't feeling very good. Zekin was there for me, so I would have to give a shout out to him. He's like my little brother, I guess. Like
yeah,
I'm always the big brother, making sure everyone's taken care of and everyone's
yeah,
right. Actually, but sometimes the big brother needs some help too.
yeah,
So um, you know, uh, yeah, Zekin was there for me today, so
yeah,
I greatly appreciated that. And then there was some team talks after where we were talking about me and talking about the mood the last couple weeks and stuff like that, and where we could be doing better. So
yeah,
I'm pretty happy about that. But we'll go back to
yeah.
the drawing board.
Yeah, you did talk about how the schedule hasn't been the best there can be. You guys didn't have time. What do you think? I mean, even after, like, the matches have been, you get like 5 days to prepare for a match, and it would go on till, even if you had qualified, you still have a chance. But if you qualify, you would have another month of just preparation and playing Valorant until, like, not even month. I think until Champions in August, you would have a week full. Do you think somewhere uh, not qualifying is a good thing for a team? Like even Fnatic, they won obviously lock in, then they won Tokyo, and and then they felt burnt out. That's what they said during Champions. They didn't feel like doing much, and it feels like they are still out of shape. Do you think somewhere needing that break is important, or just missing a tournament is fine?
Um, yeah, I definitely think for some reason, Valorant just feels a lot worse in terms of burnout.
Yeah,
Not really sure what the case may be. As Fnatic's case, I think, yeah, obviously, I don't know how they stayed at the top for so long. I mean, they ran tournament back, like kickoff into Tokyo, and they won, which is like really big. And I'm learning that it's very hard as well. Like
yeah,
this is my first time being at the top, where
yeah,
I won a tier one tournament. But in our case, I think it's more so if we make it, I don't really see us. Obviously, we're going to continue to work. Like that's the
yeah,
main thing that we've been doing, which is why we feel burnt out or we feel like people are just rolling us over sometimes. In this
yeah,
case, it was loud. But for us, we're not really. I think we've had one day off, maybe 2 days since coming back from Madrid. Like even when we
yeah,
didn't have John, we were still practicing with Curry, with me IGLing. So um, yeah, I just think there's not a lot of downtime for us right now, and if we don't make it, like, yeah, it can be seen as a blessing, but obviously, me as a competitor, I always want to
yeah.
win. I care a lot, like really badly. Um, it's not a fun feeling to have to not make it and sit here and watch
Yeah,
everyone else play. So just not a very good feeling. But if that's the case of we don't make it and we have to take a little break and we need to reset to come back for
yeah,
the next split and for champs and stuff like that, I would not be mad at that either. But
yeah,
it just depends where what the cards hold for us.
yeah. I mean, hopefully you guys make it. Hopefully everything goes your way and you play. I mean, Furia has been struggling a lot, and I would want to ask in that question that the groups especially look very one-sided sometimes. that Alpha group has you, NRG, and you guys have been winning. I mean, really looking really strong. And then there is Omega group. Even crew is looking amazing. And the Omega group, there are teams which are on the verge of like losing the playoff shot, and there is a chance that there'll be four teams from Alpha group going into the next stage. What do you think, is the level of competition suddenly like worse, or is there something else going wrong with Valorant, like the teams?
I don't think there's the competition is getting worse. I think it's getting better. I just think there are certain teams that are worse, and you see it really, you see it really clearly with this format where you have like kind of all the super teams on one side. Not super teams, I guess. The
Yeah,
better way to put it is just like the best teams on one
yeah,
side, and then you have just certain teams on the other side.
yeah,
Obviously, I mean, we've been playing poorly, so I can't really comment on other teams and like their faults and everything like that. But I just feel like this format is not really well thought out, and I feel like the way the teams were distributed weren't really thought out either. I don't really know how it came to be, and I'll continue to stand on that. Um, so yeah,
yeah. Do we have a favorite map?
favorite map, maybe Split, just because it's like I don't know, it's a really good map for my team. It's a really good map for me individually. So maybe Split.
Yeah, you split Viper is amazing. Yes. What are your thoughts? I mean, this is question I must have missed, but what are your thoughts on the current map? Do you like it?
I think the current map pool is kind of not stale, but it's just kind of I don't know. It doesn't really make sense personally. Like Breeze, for
Yeah,
example, they took out halls, changed some mid lurk things like openings on the map, which I thought was really good because the map was kind of just random before,
yeah,
and then they brought halls back, and I think it again it's just random again now. It's like there's not really like a dynamic on the map. There's, it's just kind of like walk around, do whatever, blah blah blah. Not really like a strategic thing. Whereas I feel like before it was kind of, you could do some gimmicks and different things here and there with like set concrete stuff. But now I think it's a little bit too open.
yeah,
I think Icebox is an alright map, but it's a lot of, I feel like it's just a lot of denials and it's like a fundamentally flawed map in my opinion.
yeah,
And then Sunset's kind of just like a brawl fest.
yeah,
Granted, we like Sunset,
yeah,
but I would really like to see like I'd really like to see like Fracture, Haven, and Pearl come back with
yeah,
like different looks and stuff like that.
yeah,
Because I think the map pool right now is just really awkward, especially with like Ascent. Ascent is stale. I know I said the
yeah,
map pool isn't stale, but Ascent is stale for sure. They
yeah,
haven't really changed literally anything on the
yeah,
map, and it's honestly, it's just one comp across the board that you play, and
yeah,
then now people are starting to add Viper instead of a Sentinel, which still the same comp, just you're just substituting what agent. So I don't like that map either, in general.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Are there any streamers you like?
streamers,
Yeah,
like Valorant streamers,
any streamers if in
any
Valorant or
streamers. Yeah. I watch a lot of K3 Soju.
yeah,
Really like him. He plays TFT.
yeah,
I probably watch a lot of like Tarek, Zom, FNS,
yeah,
those guys. Um, I watch a lot of Robin's songs. If
yeah.
you know who that is, he's
No
also a
idea.
TFT streamer.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of TFT streamers to be
yeah,
honest. I don't not really much Valorant, but a lot of TFT streamers I
yeah,
watch. And then Tyler One, I don't think he's been streaming, but I watch
yeah.
him. Yeah,
He's been on the chess grind, I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Lastly,
yeah.
since you are a gym guy, I would want to ask what is your favorite exercise?
Right now, my favorite day is back by
Yeah,
plus shoulders. Like I add shoulders into my back by now. I'm really trying to get
yeah,
that like I forget his name, but the Jujutsu Kaisen guy where he has like a really round
yeah,
back,
yeah,
really
yeah,
wide shoulders. So
yeah,
I'm trying to like get that physique up. So I'm really focused on like back by right now with like added shoulders to it. So
yeah, yeah. Well, good luck with the gym. Good luck with the games. I hope you have a
thank
great
you,
day.
thank
Eight
you, you
night.
too.
Sorry. Yep.
Thank you.